worth of veggies. Get in there, my son. Hey guys, so today I want to do a brief video around actually tracking your food intake, actually knowing kind of how much you're taking in. And there are a couple of different ways of doing it. Not everybody wants to kind of count calories, even though calories are important to be aware of. And if you are kind of quite new to your nutrition journey, then I would start with kind of tracking some calories. But I actually want to talk through kind of 3 methods that I think you could apply to your own intake that will help you kind of track how much you're taking in each day. And if your goal is to lose weight, these might kind of help. The first one is one that I am quite passionate about. It's probably one that I use the most myself. And I call it kind of inclusive eating. Inclusive eating is the notion that you are including as much good stuff on your plate at every single meal as possible. So lots of kind of good fruits and vegetables, some healthy fats, some good quality proteins. And the idea there being that those types of foods tend to have higher levels of protein, but also high levels of fiber, both of which fill us up, make us feel fuller for longer. And the idea then being that we're less likely to kind of need to or want to indulge in some of the kind of less optimal foods as regularly. It's a nice notion of eating, I think, because actually it switches your mindset from the negative. Usually when it comes to kind of weight loss or health, we think, what do I need to cut out in order to be able to be as healthy as possible? Like, how do I stop eating those crisps, those sweets, those chocolates? To actually change into a mindset of, what can I give my body, or what can I put on my plate that's really healthy for me and good for me as often as possible at every single meal? And that's why I kind of really like it. It's kind of focusing on the good as often as possible. Sometimes you're going to have some treats, you're going to have other bits, but don't just enjoy those for what they are, but then get back to every meal, what can I include that's really good for me? That being said, inclusive eating probably is best suited to someone that already has quite a good idea and understanding of nutrition, the rough kind of calorie content of different foods, and has perhaps tracked calories in the past, but now wants just kind of an overall relatively relaxed approach to kind of their diet and their health in general. Inclusive eating probably appeals more to, yeah, as I said, someone that's looking for just overall health and kind of laissez-faire. They're not too fussed about kind of minute details. The second form of tracking actually will make use of kind of our hands, something that's individual to you as a person, and it's kind of visual tracking. We call it visual tracking, and something to apply to every meal again. So this will appeal probably to quite creative people. They're visual kind of learners or visual people. They want to see on their plate what they're eating and rough amounts each time. So at every single meal, we're going to approach it in the same way. How much have I got of each of these things on each of my plate? So the portion sizes I'm giving are, the lower number would be usually for women, the higher number usually for men, just due to kind of different calorie requirements. So first up, we're looking for kind of 1 to 2 karate chop palm size portions of protein on your plate. So healthy proteins, good source of proteins. Then we're going to vegetables. As we all know, I love vegetables and they are the elixir of life. We're looking for kind of 1 to 2 closed fist sized worth of veggies. Get in there, my son. I actually would urge for kind of both men and female to have probably 2 portions of closed fist sized portions of veggies on each plate, just because they're so important. After that, we've got your carbs and your fats. In one of my previous videos or posts, I talked about nutrition for fat loss or weight loss, and how the fact there was a new study that came out that showed there was no difference between, once we set our overall calories and our protein, whether the remaining calories came from fats or carbohydrates didn't really matter if they aim for fat loss. So the next one was going to be kind of down to your personal preference, whether you like carbs or whether you prefer fatty foods. If you're someone that prefers carby foods, you're going to be having kind of can we see this? A cup palm sized portion of carbs. So if you really like carbs, you're going for kind of 2 cup sized portions of carbs, and then you'll be about 1 thumb sized portion of fats. Conversely, if you're someone that really likes fatty foods, so like nuts, seeds, avocados, cheeses, olive oils, then you're going to go for about 2 thumb-sized portions of fats and then only 1 carbohydrate cup palm. Again, this is going to appeal to quite creative. They're relatively lax, but just want to be able to track a little bit each of their kind of plates of food throughout the day. And then finally, we actually come to tracking calories themselves. And the best one for doing that, in my opinion, is an app called MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a free app, and it's really good for just tracking calories in general. It looks a little bit like this, if we can see. Don't know. And you can track all your calorie intakes of kind of breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have loads of pre-populated foods in there. One thing I would say is MyFitnessPal has a calculator in there for the number of calories that you need on a daily basis. It's not the most accurate. I would calculate that yourselves. I might do a video at some point in the future actually how to do that. But essentially you'll calculate your BMR using something like the Harrison-Benedict equation. You then multiply your BMR. Your BMR is the baseline number of calories you would need on a daily basis just to survive. You multiply that by an activity calculator, and then that will give you what's called your TDEE. That's your total daily energy expenditure. And then I would manually input that into MyFitnessPal and then work off there. From there though, as I said, you can track all your food intake. If you're cooking at home, you can put in kind of fresh ingredients. If you're eating out and about, most restaurants will have stuff preloaded, or you can even scan barcodes from supermarkets, so it's quite intuitive in that respect. Calorie tracking probably appeals to those that are a little bit more detail orientated. They like their numbers, but it's not for everybody. That being said, it's worth tracking your calories, I would say, every so often, just to be able to see the amount of calories that are in food. Especially if you're quite new to nutrition, it's worth getting to grips with MyFitnessPal a little bit. It can be tricky to begin with, but with some practice, it becomes quite easy to use. I would track my calories a couple of times a year just to see where I'm at and to check that what I think I'm eating is roughly the right amount and go from there. So they're kind of the three main ones that I think kind of would appeal to different types of people. You've got inclusive eating, focusing on the good as much as possible, visual tracking using our hands, and then MyFitnessPal as an app as kind of a really dialed in option. Anyway, hope one of those helps you. Any questions, please give me a shout. Thanks.